This France 24 correspondent is saying that the lives of Israelis have changed 100% due to Israel attacking Iran and Iran using its right to self-defense to fight back against Israel. Well, what do you expect to happen when your government is attacking other nations around itself? Yeah, your life is going to change, and if you're upset with that, complain to your government for attacking other nations. A lot of these people were cheering on what Israel is doing to Palestinians, and now that they have to live under the same issues, they want to complain. It doesn't work that way. You can't cheer on the genocide of a group of people and then cry when your government attacks another nation and they can defend themselves.
Has changed 100% in this past week, and it changed completely unexpectedly for them. I want to remind you of a small detail that we mentioned in one of our conversations. The son of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Avner, was supposed to get married Monday night. And so even as the threats were escalating back and forth last week, Israelis went into the weekend very certain in the fact that certainly Israel would not act before this much anticipated big event.
Oh no, boo hoo hoo, boo hoo hoo. Zionist Israelis aren't able to go to uh, Benjamin Netanyahu's son's wedding. Oh, that is so sad.
In any event, there are in Israel 25 dead. Let me add, a woman died of heart stoppage when she heard the siren up in the northern Israel about an hour and a half ago. So we're up to 25 dead. I think at least 700 wounded in hospital, many more lightly wounded, and tremendous damage that the Iranian missiles have been able to cause to Israeli infrastructure and to Israeli residential life. No one.
Oh, boo hoo hoo, boo hoo hoo. Like, okay, don't, the Israeli government shouldn't be attacking other nations if they don't want another nation to defend itself. It's just that simple. Like, you can't cry when your nation attacks another nation and they defend themselves while you've been cheering on your nation destroying Gaza and the West Bank for almost 2 years now, because there's been over like almost 1 million people killed in Gaza and over 1 million people injured and displaced, and most of Gaza has been destroyed, and Zionist settlers are trying to take over the West Bank and has been uh, burning down buildings and stuff like that, killing Palestinians in the West Bank with the help of the IOF.
One in this country is living a normal life right now. Everyone is living siren to siren. And I think that there is a gap once again in Israel. We're seeing again a gap between the government's very, brazen kind of punchy joy at the Israeli military success against Iranian installations this week, and a much more cautious attitude that we're seeing 1 week later among the people of Israel.
Yeah, and Palestinians are having to live from refugee camp to refugee camp to refugee camp that the Israeli government continually bombs all the time. So, like, are people supposed to cry about, Israelis having to deal with the same thing when they have been doing this to Palestinians for almost 2 years now?
I want to ask you the same question in a moment, Saeed. Just stay with your moments, Noga, because we're speaking in a short while to Gideon Levy from Haaretz, a renowned journalist. And one thing that he made clear, and I just wonder your take on this in Jerusalem, he's in Tel Aviv, and he was saying there is this very odd paradox of life where you're hearing the sirens, you go to the shelter, and the next minute in Tel Aviv, there are people playing volleyball on the beach. There's a sense that you could be on the Mediterranean somewhere.
Well, I can tell you that in Jerusalem, some bars have reopened. Last night, I found out about this today, and people are beginning to go out. People are, I think, very vigilant in terms of the sirens. The danger, no one has any question about that, certainly, as Gideon Levy says. But there's also a sense that there's a limit to how much they're willing to completely limit their existences. I want to add one last small detail. The Ministry of Transport in Israel attempted to deny Israelis the right to leave the country this week. Some flights are leaving the country empty to help repatriate Israelis stuck abroad. The ministry attempted to prevent Israelis from getting on those flights, I believe not wanting to see pictures of thousands of Israelis fleeing at the airports. And that effort
It's still funny how Israel is supposed to be like the safest nation for Jewish people, and now Israelis are fleeing Israel because it's not safe. So the Zionists lie that Israel is the only safe place for Jewish people is being proven true, which is why